The final stage of Tour of Guangxi, stage 6 for the riders. Another day of challenging weather conditions. 169 kilometers in total looming for the riders. 2 classified climbs along the way, and it's one set for the sprinters.
Yeah, for sure, it's a good week. I was 2 times second, 1 time I won, and hopefully today we can win again. We're always close to the victory, and we will try it again today.
We have 2 guys less in the start line because Luca, because of the crash of yesterday, and Sam got sick. Yeah, we just watch what the other gonna do. We got our stage win, so we can start pretty much relaxed. It's similar than yesterday. It's a bit longer going to the finish, but I think if the team who went hard yesterday, they're gonna go hard today also. They got a possibility to shake up the sprinters again. Probably some of the sprinters are gonna be tired from yesterday, so it's gonna be a bigger shake-up. Let's see how it's gonna happen, or maybe the breakaway gonna arrive.
Matteo Trentin and Pascal Ackermann can celebrate stage success already this week for Team Sky. Some of the other teams, there's still great work to be done, as Team Sky, of course, are protecting the overall race lead of Gianni Moscon, a 9-second advantage over Felix Großschartner of Bora Hansgrohe. Sergei Chernetsky of the Astana squad 14 seconds back as the riders are sent into battle one final time, dragging weary limbs into action on these difficult damp conditions. The umbrellas are up, but it's still a very large and supportive crowd that sends this final race in the World Tour season into action, and plenty of rain jackets in evidence. Not so easy to pick out the red colours of the race leader, Gianni Moscon. He's got his Sky jacket on, and not too many enthusiastic riders at the back of the group are there, because, well, this is going to be a tough day out. Plenty of rolling roads. Are in the northeast of Guangxi, which sits down in the south part of China, on the South China Sea, bordering Vietnam. And when the action gets going, well, immediately there are riders up front who want to try and stretch their legs and see if they can press out front and manage to get into that early break. Remy Cavagna of Team Quickstep among them. Owain Doull also fancies this one. Looks like Grivko as well of Team Astana is interested in trying to stretch their legs and see if they can break clear of the peloton in the early stages. They've been given a little bit of an advantage, but it really is a relentless pace at the front, and riders down the back who are hoping for a little bit of a warm-up into this stage in difficult conditions, well, they're not getting their wish, are they? Because there's still plenty of riders that really fancy this one. Decent sized group starting to assemble at the front, but are they going to get full cooperation? Looks as if the peloton behind just not quite satisfied to let riders of the caliber of Remy Cavagna, sitting very well placed overall, of course, so that's not going to be allowed to prevail. And Team Sky's Owain Doull there to police that move, make sure that no one of substance is going to be assisted in their efforts to break clear of the peloton, protecting the lead of Gianni Moscon. Remy Cavagna, of course, sitting 17 seconds back in 4th place overall, heading into this final stage, so very much a threat. Eventually a group does manage to stretch clear, 4 riders, then joined by 2 to make it 6 riders up front. Tosh van der Sande of Lotto Soudal managing to move up front and into that breakaway group, along with Leonard Hofstede of Team Sunweb, the Netherlands rider. They join up with the Portuguese rider José Gonçalves sitting on the front for Team Katusha Alpecin at the moment. Just behind him is Hofstede. Nathan van Hooijdonk there in the black and red colours of Team BMC, fighting to stay in contention here across this classified climb is Bruno Amrei of Team Groupama FDJ. Meanwhile, off the front of the peloton, still plenty of attacks from Astana. That's been the pattern over the last couple of days. They want to try and put as much pressure on Gianni Moscon and his Team Sky outfit. Meian Wang in the red colours in the centre of shot. The local favourite has managed to infiltrate this move, the 29-year-old Chinese rider, spending time out front, stage winner in the Tour of China 1 and of course Tour of Langkawi in the past. And he's managed to get into a move that will establish a lead, a maximum advantage over about 3.5 minutes approaching these classified climbs, but it's a choppy day. The peloton, of course, as you would expect, it's Team Sky on the front. They've got the red jersey of Gianni Moscon, the 24-year-old Italian from Trento, sitting at the back of his train of riders, who are setting a tempo that is serving to close down the lead of those 6 raiders up front, and at the same time prevent too many attacks coming from the other general classification contenders. Van der Sande, well, he looks full of fight, doesn't he? The 27-year-old Belgian rider, riding with Lotto Soudal, leading across those 2 categorized climbs. Mei and Wang for Bahrain Team Merida, showing the effects of a long, tough day in the saddle. And Almarai at the back here, he's a decent time trialist, not enjoying the hills so much. Simon Geschke of Team Sunweb gets a little bit of technical assistance, but he's back on his bike, and the bearded German rider will soon be back in the fray, trying to assist Max Walscheid in his efforts to take a first stage win of the week. But it's the Quick Step squad that want to try and control this into the closing stages. They've got their lead rider into good condition, as indeed is Pascal Ackermann in the blue jersey of leader of the points competition, and Bora Hansgrohe. A little bit of a scrap between themselves, and Quick Step into the closing moments of the final stage of Tour of Guangxi. It's coming down to the sprint as expected, and Ackermann is ready to launch. He's got Fabio Jakobsen on his tail and ready to spring out of the slipstream of the German champion, but it's Ackermann that's going to fire first. He's got Rudi Selig going to lead him out there. Ackermann goes for glory. Fabio Jakobsen in his wheel, and Jakobsen launches, comes out of the slipstream of Pascal Ackermann, gets to the line. He's a bike length clear, and he takes his second stage victory of the week ahead of Ackermann. Selig hangs on for third. That's 2 Bora Hansgrohes in the top 3, but there was nothing they could do about preventing Fabio Jakobsen from taking a glorious stage success, his second of the week, the only repeat victor in Tour of Guangxi. So celebrations all round, and yet another World Tour success for the all-conquering Quick Step Floors squad.
Well, it started, I think, 20k from the finish, when the pace was really high. It was in Belgium we would say à bloc, and in the final kilometers I was behind Davide and behind Philippe, and Philippe just did a perfect lead out from 1.5k to go. I was in the wheel of Davide at the corner, and yeah, he put me off in the wheel of Pascal, and yeah, it was just a sprint from there, and I was the fastest, so I win.
It was really important for me to get some results, and yes, also all the team is really happy. I think now we can enjoy the off season. Oh, actually, I didn't do anything specific to come here. Just I had a good form since September, the beginning of September. I had also a strong team around me that they helped me a lot in those days, in this long week, and I think everyone did a perfect job. So now I will go back, have some pizza for sure, and some champagne, and we will do something nice with the guys for sure.
Well, smiles at the end of a difficult season for Gianni Moscon, as he can celebrate overall success, and for Fabio Jakobsen it's a stage win, which comes with it the considerable prize of taking victory in the points competition as well. Arms in the air once more. It's yet another success for Jakobsen in his rookie season. Moscon, well, he's a young and emerging talent. Difficult season, as I say, but he has finished it with his first World Tour stage race success for Team Sky. A heavy trophy, but well, it'll feel light after the week. And the points jersey is confirmed. That second stage win, the only thing that separated him from Pascal Ackermann. Sylvain Dillier, well, he'd wrapped up the King of the Mountains title yesterday, so he's got that to celebrate for the Swiss rider with AG Tour Le Mondial. Gianni Moscon, 24 years young, at the head of a raft of talented young riders. He is, of course, the best young rider in the Tour of Guangxi 2018. Perfect success for the top 3 and the jersey winners as they join Arlena Sierra, the Astana Cuban sprinter, who won the Women's World Tour event, but it's Moscon, ahead of Felix Grossschartner and Sergei Chernetsky, that are confirmed as the top 3 in the Tour of Guangxi 2018.